Hello, Geography. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend, a good Easter Sunday with family and friends as we celebrated the resurrection of Jesus Christ. We are now beginning in Geography the study of the United States of America. We will study the United States for a couple weeks or so, and then we will study Canada. So we are on the North America part of geography. The United States of America, the home of the brave and the land, or the land of the free and the home of the brave. America, been around since 1776. America is bordered by two other nations, two other countries. You have Canada in the north, and there is no physical feature that separates Canada and the United States. There is a border, but there's no physical feature that it stands as a border. It is a very long border. Mexico is the country that borders America in the south. The Rio Grande does separate it near Texas and some other states along there. But not completely is there a border, physical feature that blocks Mexico and the United States. There are 8 topographical regions in the U.S. There are the coastal plains, the Piedmont, the Appalachian Mountains, the Central Plains, the Great Plains, the Rocky Mountains, the Great Basin, and Pacific Mountain Ranges. And an assignment for this week is you will look up 2 of those and write a paragraph for each one. You do research on them, tell about what states are around in that region, what the climate's like, tell about the physical features, and some of them are physical features like the Rocky Mountains, Appalachian Mountains, but other physical features in there, of course, include those, and tell about, like I said, the climate, the people there, as far as the states, and just what's all involved in that region. All right, America, values, government, and the economy. America has 3 values. They have freedom, individualism, and equality. Freedom, also known as liberty. It means people have rights to do different things. They have the freedom to do it. They are able to do it. No one says they can't do this or that. They have freedom. The preamble of the Constitution declares that one purpose for the new nation was to secure the blessings of liberty. America fought the Revolutionary War against the British, and America became an independent nation against Britain. Britain was ruled by kings and queens and had certain laws that did not give the people freedom. And so some people had a revolution and they started the United States of America. They became independent from Britain, and they wrote a constitution that has rights and freedoms involved in it. The Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments of the Constitution that guarantee different freedoms, like free speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, different things like that. Thomas Jefferson said that Americans have the right to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So life, they're able to live in America, and have life, be able to live in the way, for what they want. They have liberty, they have freedom, freedom to do different things, and the pursuit of happiness. They are able to be happy. America was established so that people could have freedom and not be ruled by a tyrant leader, meaning a leader, a ruler that, made their own rules, and everyone had to listen to what that ruler said. Instead, America works to benefit the people as a whole. America is very blessed to have freedom, but that freedom did not come free, nor does it continue to come free. Do we have it free? Men and women, for the past 2 centuries, have fought so that we have for this freedom. In different wars, different battles, people have fought so that we can continue to have freedom in this nation. Lives have been lost so that other lives can live in freedom. Freedom is a very important value in the United States. Another value is equality. Equality is seeing everyone as equal. It doesn't mean that we're all equal as far as we all have the same job, we all make about the same amount of money. Not that way, but that we have equal rights. We're all equal as far as we all have the same freedom. People have rights, and they're able to use those rights. We have the right to vote. We have the right of free speech, freedom of religion. We have rights. You can go get a job anywhere you want. Whether you're male or whether you're female, you have rights and the freedom that comes with those. No male or female, one is not better than the other as far as they all have the same rights. It's not like you have a male and you have more rights, or you're a female and you have more rights. No, you have the same equal rights. No race is better than the other one. They all have the same rights. All races have the same rights and freedoms. And so equality. It's not meaning that everyone has all the same, as far as a job and money and clothes and everything, but that we're equal and that we all have rights and the freedom that goes with those. Another value in America is individualism. Individualism is basically people choosing who they want to be. You can be whoever you want. You can be you. No one is forcing you to be, someone else. In other countries, they do not have the freedom, that we have. And they have to work at where they're told to work. They have to work as long as they're told to work. They have to, manage their family. They can only have this many kids, or they can't have any kids, or, different things like that. And so, individualism is you can be who you want to be. You can do what you want to do. If you want to be a firefighter, you can be a firefighter. If you want to be a nurse, you can be a nurse. If you want to be a teacher, you can be a teacher. If you want to run for president, you can go through the steps to do that. You can be in government. Whatever the thing is, you can do it. No one is saying that you cannot do it. Now, that doesn't mean you'll always be that, but you can take the steps to become that. No one tells someone, that they can't work somewhere or that they can't be who they want to be. In the United States, a person can be who they are. They're able to be who they are individually. So, 3 values: freedom, as far as liberty, equality, and individualism. America, it's a fact about America, America has become the world's first universal culture. What this means, it is a true blend of various peoples. Think about America. We have people of several different races. We have, white, African American. We have people from Asia. We have people from Hispanic countries and Latino countries. We have people of all races that live in our nation. People of different religions. People that have different languages. They speak English. They speak Spanish. They speak, Japanese. They speak Chinese. They speak Vietnamese. They speak an African language. They speak, a language in, say, like the islands, like Cuba or Costa Rica or something. Now, some of those do speak Spanish, but some of them, they have a specific language. That's the point I'm making there. So, people of different races, people of different religion, people of different languages, they're all in America. And if they become an American citizen, they all have the rights and freedoms of an American. And so, America has the world's first universal culture. As far as, no matter what race you are, what religion you are, what language you are, you can have the same freedom, and you can, as an American citizen, you can have those rights. And so, America does have a specific culture, but it's a universal culture. It's not just this group or this group. It's an American culture. Now, a little bit about the government. The American government, the type is a federal republic. Federal republic. The power is shared between the national government and the state governments. So we have federal laws and we have, state laws, like local laws. The Constitution is the document which both national and state governments follow. Now, there are states that, are able to make certain laws, in their state that, that they don't have to be in other states as far as on a national level. They're able to do that. But everyone does follow the Constitution. The federal government has 3 different branches. There are the executive branch, which is the president. There is the legislative branch, which is Congress, House of Representatives, Senate. And there's the judicial branch, which is the Supreme Court. And these all have their own responsibilities and limitations. They all balance each other out. One really cannot say, well, we're just going to override everything that you do. Even when, say, Congress or the president vetoes something, the Supreme Court can step in as far as saying, well, we can't, we're going to pass this, or will be passed. And so there are different things that they can go, past each other, but it's not beyond just one thing. Like, they cannot do just anything they want. There are, checks and balances as far as people do have limitations. And so, American citizens elect their leaders who represent their states and make laws. So there's the House of Representatives, there's senators, and in a true democracy, people have a direct vote and voice on every issue. So America is not a true democracy. There are components and parts of democracy in America, but it's not complete democracy. It's like a democratic republic and a representative democracy, because people do have a vote on who they want to represent them, but they themselves, the people that represent them, make the vote. But they, based on what that person believes and stands for, they vote for them, and that they would vote according to what they said they believe in, as they represent their state. So that's government. The economy. The U.S. has a system of free enterprise capitalism in which private individuals own most of the factors of production and make most of the economic decisions. As far as companies as businesses, It's mainly up to them of how they want to do things. But the U.S. government does have control over the economy, in meaning there are regulations that people and companies and businesses must follow. So there are freedoms for businesses, but they must follow a certain code as far as there's certain regulations and laws that they must follow. But there is freedom as far as if you want to make a donut shop, you can make a donut shop. You'll just have to follow, health regulations, food regulations, and so. But no one can say you can't make a donut shop. You go through a process, but you can have your own donut shop, and that could be with anything. And so, but even with that, the purpose of that is so that one corporation does not do anything that is unlawful, and then it takes over other small businesses. And so, the government regulation there is to keep a balance in the economy, as far as how people run things, and that they still have freedom, but they have their limits as well. The U.S. does have the freest economy of any nation in the world. Think about other countries, maybe in Asia, or maybe even some in Europe, where there's even a greater, regulation. Government is in control of everything, or a lot of things, and people don't get to work where they want to, or they can't have a donut shop if they want to. Where America, you can do that. You can have it. You can build your own donut shop. You can build your own taco shop. You can build a place to have cars repaired or other appliances. You can have that. You can have your own grocery store and stuff. Or other places, if you want to have your own grocery store, you can't. Or there's severe regulations, extreme, where it's basically you don't even own it, or you barely can do anything. And so America has the freest economy of any nation in the world. Two main components of the U.S. economy are farming. People grow a bunch of food. They grow cotton to provide, sources or a resource for making clothes. And industry, factories, businesses, whether it's factories producing stuff, or whether it's, say, restaurants and entertainment purposes. Now, obviously, those factories do make a lot of those things, like paper products or the food, as far as, processing the food and sending it to restaurants. So, industry. Those two things are what the main components, the main source of the U.S. economy. That's all we are going to talk about for this week. But before you go, the two assignments for this week are, the first one, like I said earlier, you are going to research and write a paragraph for two of the regions in the United States. You can choose from the coastal plains, the Piedmont, the Appalachian Mountains, the Central Plains, the Great Plains, the Rocky Mountains, the Great Basin, Pacific Mountain Ranges. Pick two of those regions, and you're going to write two paragraphs, 5 sentences each. So you'll have a total of 10 sentences. So you want to research two of those areas, find out, what states are in that region, what the weather's like in that region, what are some physical features in addition to what's already there, like say it's the Appalachian Mountains. So what are the rivers there, or other factors considering that. So you're going to do that, write 2 paragraphs, 10 sentences total between the two of those. Okay. Another assignment, what you're going to do is I want you to write a paragraph, 5 sentences, about what you enjoy about living in America and being an American. What do you like about living in our country? Maybe it's the freedom. Maybe it's, different things with the freedom. You can go to any school you want to go to. You can study anything you want to. You can, maybe it's the freedom. You can go to the movies if you want to. You can go, get something to eat, regardless of what it is, when you want to. Or maybe it's, in addition to that, you can have, the freedom, as far as, let's see, living in America, being American. You have the rights. As far as, there's certain things that the law protects you on, and you have rights and stuff. And so just talk about what you like about living in America. What are the benefits? Think about, this is what I was thinking of, is the resources we have. We can go, we have repair shops, we have, food, we have clothes, a lot of resources. So maybe it's that. But talk about, in 5 sentences, 1 paragraph, about what you enjoy about being American and living in America. So you have your paragraph, 2 paragraphs about the regions, and then your paragraph about what you like about living in America and being an American. These are due on Friday at 5 o'clock, and hope you have a good week.